Hi, this is Josh Budin for holdermanager.com. In this video, I will analyze the one and done quick filter. This filter is defined as instances in which you raise pre-flop and c-bet the flop, but then check fold the turn. This is a powerful filter to identify leaks in your game where you may have given up on a pot prematurely. Don't be shocked when you run this filter and see a high negative number, as this is always going to be the case given you've put in money pre-flop as the pre-flop raiser, you've put in money as the c-better on the flop, and then you've check folded on the turn, so it's always going to be a negative number. In this video, we'll focus on drilling down and adding filters to the one and done quick filter to look at instances on paired boards where we may have given up on the turn prematurely. So we start with the one and done quick filter, and then we want to add another filter by board texture, so we can come into the quick filter and adding this filter, we go to paired board, texture is paired, and then we can just start with a general paired board filter, and then I will just find the hand I marked here and we'll run this example. So I've raised with 4, 5, 7, 8 double suited under the gun, and we get villain to call in the cutoff and everyone else folds. So low paired board, we c-bet, unlikely to hit him that often, although he can continue with a lot of overpairs here, and he does call. Now on the turn, we still have the gut shot from the flop and we've picked up a flush draw, but if we check here, we've given a control away from the pot, and it's going to be hard to check call and play rivers profitably. So the best bet here is either to check fold, as what we did in this spot because we viewed our villain as strong, which may not necessarily be the case, or we can continue with our aggression. And I think the check fold here is too weak a decision to make. We can make him fold all hands 7s through 10s most likely. Also, as the under the gun player, we rep a strong range, and so we can still rep aces and kings here. So unless he does have a 6, which there's not that many combinations, I think barreling here is a better idea than check folding. This is far too weak. So then we can also add another filter here where, for example, the board texture, we've got the paired board, but we add open-ended straight draws. So we want at least a couple of open-ended straight draws here. So we add that filter in, and I've just marked this hand here where we are the pre-flop raiser, the pre-flop 3-better, gets raised, button calls, small blind calls, and we 3-bet, and we get 2 callers. So on this 8-8-7 board, again, another paired board, but this board's a little bit more dynamic because people can be calling with a greater combination of non-8 hands or 7-7 hands, like the 9-10, the Jack-10-9, the 10-9-6 sorts of hands. So we c-bet small, which is a good sizing on these paired boards. Get 1 caller. Now on the turn, we turn the nut flush draw, and we've got 4 overcards to the board. We elected to check fold, which I think is far too weak, a big mistake. We've got a nut flush draw, and unless he has a full house, we have equity versus his entire range. If we do check fold, we could be folding the best hand if he has a naked straight draw. So I think here, to maximize fold equity, to get some weaker pairs, like a pair of, like Jack, say Jack-Jack 10, a pair and a gut shot may fold because we 3-bet pre-flop, we can still represent the aces and kings hands. I think we should be jamming here. So this is very weak and a poor decision by us. So this filter has assisted us in finding spots where we could continue barreling on the turn and not give up so easily. And I will in another video analyze other types of boards where the one and done filter can help us in our game.